If you see my daughter, just please bring her home. I just hope you're okay, Maddie. I hope you're safe.
Hunters Creek. A mother's
There's no way to track her right now because the detectives don't have her phone.
She last saw her Sunday night as she was going to bed the same night of her 13th birthday party.
Happy birthday to you.
That was the last time she spoke to her daughter before she was driven to school Monday morning by Soto's boyfriend, Stephan Sterns.
Right now.
It's a living nightmare. Day started off like any other.
Sterns?
It's hard not to.
Why?
I dropped her off early. I could have waited longer. She looked okay. She was walking towards the school.
Welcome back to Carrie Moody. And this afternoon, it is March 1st, 2024. And I am bringing you the story of Maddie Soto. Maddie was last seen in Orange County, Florida. She was reported missing this past Monday, February 26th, after not attending class at her middle school in Orlando, Florida. Now, the last confirmed person to see her was Maddie's mother's boyfriend, Stephan Sterns. Maddie had just turned 13 on the February 22nd, and they had just celebrated her birthday party the night before she went missing. Her mother has said that Maddie has never ran away before. Now, the mom's boyfriend, Stephan, says that he dropped Maddie off near her school on Monday. When her mother went to pick her up around 4:30 p.m. that day, she learned that her daughter did not attend school that day at all. She was allegedly last seen at 8:30 a.m. on Monday when the mother's boyfriend took her to school. However, like I said, Maddie never made it. And apparently the school didn't call the mom at all because mom didn't find out until she went to pick her up from school and she wasn't there. So she emailed a teacher. So I don't know that the school ever even called her. If they did, maybe she must have missed that call. So around 8 p.m. that evening, Maddie's mom reported her missing. The Orange County Sheriff's deputies met with her mom at the school, and they canvassed the area as well as searching with bloodhounds. And sadly, they had no success in finding Maddie. On Tuesday, February 27th, around 10 p.m., Maddie's mother did an interview with Fox News. And her boyfriend, Stephan, is seen in the background throughout much of the interview. And he's doing really weird things like cracking his knuckles, overall just seeming really shady. Let's take a look at some important key points in that interview, but pay close attention to the body language of mainly the boyfriend, but also the mom.
We dropped her off close to school, across the street from a church, which is it's right next to the school. She crossed the street and walked to school, what we thought walked to school. My boyfriend who drove her to school drove away at that point. It was seen on video footage that she hung out in the parking lot of the church for a few minutes and then got up and walked towards the school. But she never made it from that walk and that was around 9 a.m. when she got up. She never made it to school after that. It's right next to the school. I don't know why she didn't make it. I don't know if something happened on her walk along the way or if she got taken, but she never made it.
And that was the last anyone's seen of her or heard from her?
Yes. I went to pick her up after school and she wasn't there. So I started driving around, maybe thinking she took a walk. Maybe she decided to walk to my mom's office, which is pretty close to the school as well. Drove around and I didn't see anything. I drove back to the school. The school was closed. I emailed one of her teachers. They confirmed that she was absent all day. At that point is when I called 911 because I realized something was truly wrong.
Have you heard from any of her friends? Has she been active on any social media?
She hasn't been active on social media. None of her chats, none of her games. We did contact all her friends. None of them had seen her Monday or heard from her. There's no update this. She did accidentally leave her phone on Monday, which is kind of normal for her. She's got ADHD and very forgetful. So she left her phone at home, so there's no way to trace her. They tried tracing her school laptop, but that's off, so it's not pinging to anything.
What are you getting from law enforcement? Are they actively searching for her? What happens now? Especially that she doesn't have her phone with her.
So as far as I know, they're conducting a search around the school. Behind the school, there's a Shingle Creek. There's a wooded path area that you can walk. It's a hiking path. They are going back there with their canine dogs. They've taken a piece of her clothing to see if they can trace her scent. they're also taking their own vehicles. I'm not sure what type of vehicles, but they're going into the woods to search for her. But I don't feel like that's going to find anything right now. We've had people all day on that trail sending us photos to see if anything there looks familiar and like her personal belongings, and nothing is hers. So I'm not sure where to go from here. I'm just contacting the news to get the word out, to get some help, because I'm desperate. I'm a wreck right now.
So you think that she's been taken against her will?
I do think so, yes.
As a mom, what's your mother's intuition telling you right now?
I'm trying to hope for the best, but I'm scared for her. I want her to be okay. I want her to be safe. I don't want her to come back harmed. I just want her back. Whatever that means. I just want her back. She just turned 18.
That's just so heartbreaking to be celebrating her 13th birthday, and then the very next day, that's the last you've seen of her.
Yeah.
Where do you go now? Are you going to go out there and search or look, or are you sticking by the phone? Are you what are you doing?
I'm staying at home, staying by the phone, hoping she just appears. I know my entire family's out looking. They've all spread a bunch of flyers. I've had people contact me that they've gone to the international airport to spread flyers, to Amtrak, to Greyhound, just any way that if someone's taken her and they're trying to take her, just to show her face, just to make sure, she's not being taken against her will.
And you mentioned ADHD. Was there anything else maybe mentally going on, or that you knew of?
She does suffer from anxiety.
Okay.
And
Jen, is there anything else that you'd like to add?
Please, if you have any information, contact me, contact law enforcement. Any information helps. Maddie, if you see this, please come home. Please be safe. I love you very much. If you have my Maddie, please just let her come home. We just want her home.
Now, by 9:52 p.m. on Wednesday, February 28th, mom's boyfriend, Stephan Sterns, who's 37, was arrested on quote-unquote unrelated charges amidst the investigation into Maddie's disappearance. The Orange County Sheriff's Office also announced that he was now considered a prime suspect in her disappearance. Sterns was arrested and booked into the Orange County Jail on charges of sexual battery and possession of child sex abuse material. After detectives found disturbing images on his phone, they also allege that Stephan attempted to delete evidence from the phone by doing a factory reset. According to Orange County Sheriff's Office, several sexually explicit images and videos were found on Stephan's phone. Detectives said it appears that whatever alleged actions were captured in the images and videos that they did find on his phone happened at the family's home in Kissimmee, Florida, just south of Orlando. Investigators say that Stephan invoked his right to an attorney and he declined to speak further. So I have seen his arrest warrant, and all I'm going to say is that it is definitely one of the most disturbing things I have ever read. So I'm not going to share that here. You can certainly find it online yourself, though. Now, this afternoon, during a press conference, the Orange County Sheriff's Office said they are confident that Maddie is indeed deceased. Detectives believe that the mother, Jen Soto's boyfriend, is to blame. They believe Maddie was never dropped off at school on Monday morning, as he said, and that she was deceased even before then. They also said that Stephan allegedly moved her body in the morning hours of that day after unaliving her in Kissimmee, Florida. Apparently, according to investigators, around 7:35 a.m. Monday morning, video shows Stephan trashing Maddie's belongings in a dumpster at an apartment complex in Kissimmee. Then at 8:19 a.m., they have video evidence that shows Stephan returning to the complex, and Maddie was visible in the vehicle. They believe she was already deceased at that time. So sad. So sad. Police also believe that Stephan had a flat tire around the time Maddie was seen. They are asking anybody that saw his car, saw him anytime that day, to please give the tips line a call, and I will give you that number here in just a moment. So Stephan was later spotted driving through Kissimmee on Monday in a 2010 silver Lincoln MKZ bearing a Florida license plate. Images of surveillance footage show a car being driven in the area of Old Hickory Tree Road through State Road 192 and Nolte Road between 1:30 and 2:30 p.m. that afternoon on Monday. They did not offer information as to, what Stephan was doing at that time, but the sheriff's office is asking anyone with information on the car or Maddie's disappearance to contact Crime Line at 800-423-8477. Now, jail records show that Sterns is accused of 2 counts of sexual battery of a minor, including one against a victim under the age of 12. The affidavit says his alleged crimes happened between March of 2022 and December of 2023. So they must have had a lot of images and videos, you guys. They have not said whether Maddie was a victim of those crimes, as it's still all a part of the investigation. But I think that we can all pretty much infer what is being shown on those videos and those photos. Now, Stephan has yet to be charged in Maddie's disappearance, and it's very important to note that her mother has not been named a suspect. The Orange County Sheriff's Office initially handled the missing persons case. However, the Kissimmee Police Department is going to take it over since they do believe that when he unalived her, it happened in Kissimmee, Florida. However, the Sheriff's Office will continue to assist as they now work to recover Madeline's body. This is just truly another heartbreaking tragedy. I pray that they find her quickly and can bring her home and give her a final resting place where she should be. Sadly, where she should be is at school, enjoying her, just turning 13. But some creepy, horrific man, once again, had to take all of that and rip it all away from her, and probably her mother too. As always, I will continue to watch for any updates on this case, but sadly, the missing persons case has now turned into a recovery one. With that said, you guys be safe, take care of yourself and each other, and I will talk to you again very soon. And as I wrap up the end of this video, the news is just now breaking that a body has been found in the area that they were searching, and the body is believed to be that of Madeline Soto.